Stay hidden and cast
整整10
Petrificus
万，谁会？
totalis.
我没有这个吧？
对，就是我们没有，怎么办？这样子，
I suppose we could charge.
这个要直接冲进去也行啦。好啊，可以，他说可以。
I hope you were able to take care of everything I had asked you to.
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you. It took the cunning of a Slytherin to track down these pages.
Well said. Now where do we go from here?
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain a tad reluctant to revisit the scene of my demise. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say intramuros. I think it's Latin. Or Greek. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
Aside from the bird bath, anything else I should look for?
Indeed. A few landmarks, a stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Surprising how much of this is rather unfortunately
我吃
coming
完整
back
包
to me.
大包的多利多汁了，
太舒适了吧？
软绵绵。
You know, the closer we get, the more I'm remembering.
想到它上面
Probably
的洞
best I
穴
leave，you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bath. Adieu. Is that Latin? Or Greek?
你的头也会不见的。
Nothing to do
What
now
happened?
but keep going.
先不要吧。
啵啵，跟头说再见。还敢在禁忌森林悠闲地拔蘑菇啊？
啊，不然等一下没有机会拔了。
好像也是。我这些鸡是无敌的，都没有在怕的。
当然，
The
不会死就
waterfall.
是嚣张哎。
For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word. There it is. Just as
别多
Jackdaw
之幕。
described.
通关密语，对着哪里说？
胯下吧，
哦，水盆是吗 ？Sorry，
Intramuros.
硬追穆罗斯。没有，你就跑过去那个漩涡门那边，在那边一直喊硬追穆罗斯，然后他不理你。
就问号。想到这里是白痴吗？
他们好像浮现一个问号。
Aren't you a little far
有
from
人来找你喽，
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding.
追踪者哨兵。
What？
这是什么？小宝工厂哦，好像哦。我怀念的公子传说任务。
喜欢吗？
喜欢。
再去打一遍。
住手！不要。
我的还没打呢。
不要，帮你打
可以给你
自己打。
Wonder how
我不用，
big
谢
this
谢。
place
你用
is.
自己角色打应该很快啊。不要用他送的公子就很快。
这么？哦，不，
蘑菇金枝听起来好色哦，可是它长得好恶心哦。
那你对？
要找失落书页。诶，
I can
先
shoot
跑
the
走那一页
symbol, but。it
宫廷的
doesn't
记
stay
号
there
亮起来
for
时间
long.
有限。 哦，你的桥
Where all this leads. That platform ought to be able to float straight to me.
那他要怎么下来？
吓我一跳！
蜘蛛，大只。
Incendio.
啊，不是啊，
Accio.
没有。
有一片可以动。
去哪？
大宅。哦，然后在对前面放速速拳，然后把它拉过去。对。走吧。
2个啊。
Oh, behind the rock.
哦，石头后面记号就在那边。哦，还敢藏啊？你从原神到这里都要解。
有够忙。哇！
旋绕下来。
为什么它要限制空间？
There it is.
闹
The
你啊！
bridge, it's almost complete.
延长你的游戏时间，浪费你
More
的生命。
spiders. These can't be added with the jackdaw.
嘿，背对嘞！
炫技！
一王是你。
哇！
终点了吧？
Must be getting closer to Jackdaw's remains and those pages.
哦，我看到前面有3
We
个人
meet
在等
again,
你。
Richard Jackdaw. Thank you for
他的
keeping
尸
these
体。
pages safe all
哦，
these
真
years.
的耶，被双剑戳死了。
Here it is, the map that brought your doom, Jackdaw. Is there something beyond this room?
哦，远古防卫者要给你。
But that's unnerving. What's happening?
又要看以前的记忆。
I've seen this before. The Gringotts and the restricted section.
又是这个门。
Where am I? Oh no, the room's starting to flood.
哦，可怜
How
精
am
神
I
死。
being protected? What sort of magic is this?
泡泡。
I can only hope this magic protects me until I'm able to make my way out of it. What is this place?
我的眼睛好强哦！
你在动画里好丑。
它有4个镜片哎，好强哦！
不，你以为只有眼镜丑吗？
你
自从戴上了那帽子就有可以的。
哦，又要打架了吗？
对。
是什么啊？这都是门吗？都可以进吗？杰哥，我都可以进吗？
不要乱跑，杰哥家，压力太大了。
哎，是画线。
要打，猜错了。哦，跟他对话。
是他们。你有点大。
It's you. Has someone finally found our map chamber?
I recognize you from the Pensieves. You're Professor Rackham.
I am indeed. I must confess that I am surprised to see someone so young standing before me.
I'm the same age that you and Isadora Morganach were when you started at Hogwarts.
You've paid attention, and might I presume you share our ability?
To see traces of ancient magic. Yes, sir, I do.
As you have likely realized by now, our ability gives us a unique relationship with all forms of magic. We can access expressions of magic that few others can. Opportunities will arise that allow you to sharpen this rare talent. Do not squander them.
I won't, Professor. Thank you.
We have much to discuss.
可要好好珍惜，我不会的，教授。
A map found in a certain book led you here. Place the book on the pedestal.
I don't have the book with me, sir.
That is unfortunate.
真的这是
I'm
不幸。
afraid we must pause our conversation until you return with the
我
book.
还要拿书回来。
太破了。
Crossing。
I'm a bit confused, sir. Why is this room called the map chamber?
I assure you that all will be clear once the book has been placed on the pedestal.
就不跟我说是吧？
大家都这样。
The statues and carvings in the house on the cliffside, those are of you.
你是找麻
Are
烦
you a
吗？
seer?
I am.
Did you know that I would be
雕
here?
像在揍我，你
I
知道吗
cannot？say more at present, except to say that your presence here
那
does
你刚
not
刚还说
entirely
意料之
surprise
外
me.，
究竟是意料之中还是意料之外？
应该是没想到会这么年轻的人来。
有人来啊？你怎么这个年纪？
你再回去练100年就好。
太年轻了。
Very well. I'll retrieve the book right away.
Good. We shall speak again once the book is in place.
怎么才11等？太菜了吧！
Yes。
解锁的天赋1+1，每次提高等级都会获得1个天赋。哦，
又要点技能了。
What？从5级开始获得天赋，你可以任意花费这些点数来强化咒语、你的战斗实力啊、潜行能力等等。点数只能花费1次，所以能获得的天赋数量有限。
黑魔法点满。
哦，
对，你眼镜那么多是给蜘蛛戴的哦。那么多镜。
天赋可以提到黑魔法能力、核心整体效率。
他一定是黑魔法点满的啦，信我。
还在那里转扫
Mr.
把。
Clopton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
哎，
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely, as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation. This, I fear,
要戴安
some
全
of
帽
you
吗？
have
我都
forgotten.
用脚跑，
Diving, rolling,
哦
and
嫩
loop the
不
loops
许
will not be
俯
taught
冲
or in
翻
fact
滚飞来
tolerated
飞
in
去
this。class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch
选手
players
才行
like
啊
the。Toyohashi Tengu. Not a fan, I take it?
烂。
Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays. For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat. Up!
Thank you.
Now, your turn.
Up, you stupid ratty
你这
schoolroom!
个
破烂的学校
破烂的
扫帚
学校。喂，
Up.
One leg over, so there's a leg on each side.
不准给我侧着骑。
None of that side saddle
跟骑摩
nonsense.
托车一
A
样。
gust of wind will throw you right off.
安全驾驶。
And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground
Zaru.
yourself at once.
好难哦。
Good. Now, for your first lesson,
穿过
fly
每个
through
圆
each
圈。
ring in the courtyard. Do take care. The brooms are
这是学校的
school
资产
property.
This'll take
I
扫
want
就
them
可以弄
to
坏
turn
了。
in one piece.
Wish I had my own broom.
Yes. Good. And lean.
你老人骑车哎，
是呢，因为他说不能让
Well
突
done.
然飞。
超安全的呢。
对啊，高阶练习。
Let's see how well you manage
他
with
说
a
不
more
能俯冲
advanced
啊。
exercise, shall we?
我就飙车，我就犁田摔地上，看老师怎么
怎么用
反应。
This next set of rings
RT
will
加
take
速
you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
哦，
What a
这
view!
风会看起来很舒服，而且你飞错边了。
Hello. Nice day for a flight.
这个比浪船好开吗？
有吧？
那我换扫把啊，开什么浪船？
I've got this.
嗯，
Ah, the old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the
住的
lakes the
船
first
嗯
year.
不知道可不可以进去。耶，
好嗨哦！
以后可以用这个赶路。
Whoa. Our aquatic resident likes to make an
哦，
appearance
鱿
once
鱼
in a。while.
刚刚有东西露脸了，是什么？
对啊，鱿鱼的手，
哦，他跟你 say hi，
大巨鱿鱼的手。
他想把你拉下去当他的晚餐。再来再来，可以可以可以。
Well done.
场地好大啊！
耶！我棒棒。
你棒棒。
I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that
为
dusty
什么要挑
stone
衅
broom
我？
well enough.
没有，他
I'd
赞美
imagine
你
you're ready
哦
for。something a bit
哦，
more
不是挑衅我。
challenging. But I'm getting
抱歉哦。
ahead of myself. We haven't properly met. I'm Everett Clopton. Am I right in suspecting that a Slytherin like you might be
翘课。
interested in making a
我是甩
mistake
哲
from
理耶。
class?
OK 啦，听起来不错。哦，听起来
确定
很好
吗？
哦。
I wouldn't want to
我
go.
们要去哪里？
Kagawa won't even notice.
私奔啊！
Besides, a bird doesn't learn how to fly by staying in the nest. Follow me.
跟我
强迫
来。
推销。
The
可是他蛮
tour is
帅的
about to
耶。
begin. Follow closely now. Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever. Let's hope the headmaster isn't having tea
我
by
要
the
看成
window
整集
today.
学。
Nice to get
这
above
校园
it
里
all,
晃。
isn't it?
看他的
Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
幽闭的
Is
方向
Everett
不适
flying
合
so
我。
quickly?
你为什么飞那么快？
Here's something handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed.
往前
Helpful
起
if。you need to escape a tricky situation.
Now that's
速
more
度
like
爆
it.
发哦！
You sure you're not part hippogriff?
鹰马的血统。
There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and a jaunt around Hogwarts. This is quite the tour, Everett.
啊，魁地奇球场，我们无缘的魁地奇球场。
That's Kagawa's whistle. This concludes our tour. Let's hurry back.
好嗨
看他
哦！我也想骑扫帚，
他多潇洒，多帅。
喜欢吗？
跟他了，其他我
Better hurry and hand in our brooms. Dismount here.
啊，我怎么走路？
我才有。行，超慢。哦，我觉得后面又可以选搭档什么的。
哦。
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following
说
my
好不会有
instructions.
事的。
Mr.
他给我感觉，
Clopton,
仔细看给
I'm
我感觉有点像贺
disappointed
龙
in。you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom the proper respect.
But, Professor...
Enough.
哦
Class is finished for the day.
哦。
As
Sorry
for you, you do well to
我
use better
我
judgment
没有
in the
答应
future.
他呀。我
可是你明明就很想，你跟
That
了
was
好
some
吗？
rather good
哦，
flying.
他
啊，谢谢。
不是，你不能这样啊，老师你不能偏心啊。
老师你就突然
Sorry about that business with Kagawa. But you have to admit,
真的
those
值
views
得。
were worth it.
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
对啊，
You
扣几
seem
分而
at
已，
home
多
on
绕
a
几圈
broom.。
好玩呢。
Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda.
最喜欢的
She's
学生
Kagawa's favorite.
伊梅尔达。
I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I'll have to purchase a broom then.
If you can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend
对啊，
visiting
如果
out
在外
the
面
weeks
移
at
动，还是
Spin
得买
Twitches
自
in
己的吧
Hogsmeade.。He's always
对
looking
啊
to test new
哦
models.
女巫店。
I'll keep an eye out
Oh.
for you in the sky.
I've not forgotten about our library venture. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, Meet me outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom.
隐秘的地
I've got a
方
discreet place near there.
你又多了新的基友了。
我们的好基友。
Good day to you. I require assistance with a delivery.
帮忙送货。
Thought you might be interested. Please visit me at J. Pippin's Potions if you'd like to earn a few coins.
Please meet me in the 7th floor corridor as soon as you can. I have an idea for somewhere you can focus on your
突然好多人要
studies
找我，
away
我
from
的天！
prying eyes and
很
distractions.
好啊，他跟你说你谁？
Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received
确
my
实
help.
如此，我都认不出你了。
I have something to show you.
兄弟，
First,
你怎么
let
了，
me
兄
thank you
弟？
for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place.
可以剪头发吗？我觉得你的头发现在不够浮夸、欸。
可以啊，可以剪头发。
不知道多少钱。
There's a secret passage
现在可
just
是有几
here.
百块的。
It's well
太贵就不
disguised.
想花。客家。慢慢走，地穴哦，地穴。地
这里
方。那光查嘞？
你不觉得很像钟吗？就是钟。
对啊。哦，座钟哦。
How did you find this place?
My friend, Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft. We used to play gobstones here all the time. With my sister, Anne. She loved that infernal game. What I wouldn't give to lose to her again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, he never confides in anyone. But he's trusted me since the day we met. I wouldn't want to jeopardize
看
that.
你说
We used to sneak in here almost
不想
daily.
让其他人知道，结果你还
I know Ominous. Met him in our common room. I've noticed he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it.
哦，
His wand
是
seems
我们
almost
一开始见
sentient.
到的三个其
Not
中一个。
surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are
报告教授
full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Of course. Ominous spoke to me about his family when we first met. To say that he has no love lost for them is an understatement.
Glad you understand. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the blasting curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
It sounds like a dangerous spell.
You sound like Ominous.
一个用古代魔法的人说，听起来确实很危险。
Although he did enjoy learning this
薄
one. A spell
你
like
的咒语才
Confringo
危险
is。only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such
爆
spells
炸
should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms
我
of
也
magic,
是，
but you should
看
learn
不出来
it.
你也这样，
I can teach it to you safely here.
安全的教你。
It may take a while to get the feel for it.
OK，
Mimic my wand
好色
movement.
哦，赛哥，
The incantation is Confringo.
跟赛哥一起在这里学剑咒
手把手的吗？
啊，我都舒服起来了，谢赛哥。这会怎么炸啊？
You're getting it. Ready to actually try
实
it
战
out?
来啊！
Stick to the targets, though. Best to keep the under.
大鸟，我先装哈，不是这个。
爆炸！
Have a go at those candelabras. Both have their uses, but
那
I
为什么
think
可以
you'll
到
find that a
吊着
Confringo
的？
cast travels. Nice work.
哦，比火火烧好用啊！
距离比
It's
较
a tad
远。
hot.
火烧它什么垃圾啊？
That's it.
火烧太近了，
I think I've got it.
很容易空掉。
Well, done.
哦，
Well done。
比较远的吼吼
I
烧
have，to say, I enjoyed that.
我很
The
享受
first
这个
time
过
Ominous
程。
and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid
我
to
真
see
想看你
that.
们的眉
I
毛。
swore we'd never live it down. To this day, there's
还好
something
长
about
得很
that
好啊。
spell that's addictive.
我想要学更多的。
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do.
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
好啊，
Just let me know when and I'll meet you.
Oh, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too. Well, meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs.
I shall look forward to it.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me about the port key and Gringotts and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of the secret undercroft. You can trust me.
All right. I can see traces of ancient magic.
Ancient magic? I don't know what I was expecting to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I can see whispers of an old magic that hardly anyone else can. Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, keep this place between us. When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
OK。
离开地穴哦，不能立刻学哦。你为什么不教？
就是刚刚这个啊。这个就是啊。
这就是咯。困，这叫爆破诅咒。我以为是在解除诅咒什么的。
综合兵同学。
他说看得到古代魔法痕迹耶，不知道
Hello, Sebastian.
不知道是不是又犯病了。
Wait.
妄想。
You there? I can hear you.
被发现了。
Hello, Ominous.
哦，听见你了。
I was just heading to our common room.
I've recognized that voice. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
哦，怎么办？
That room's called the Undercroft. Ah, well, I was exploring and then suddenly found myself in a strange passage.
我绝对不会说是赛哥讲的。
No one stumbles upon that room. Sebastian told you, didn't he? You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster. I'm not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
Trust me, Ominous. I won't say a word. And Sebastian is a good friend. You shouldn't immediately assume the worst of him.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I
know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help. Sebastian is going to get an earful about this.
你们三角恋呢？这么有趣。
他进去了。
赛哥要喊不要了，好想看，好想看。
Oh my god.
Professor Weasley? Somewhere away from prying eyes.
后浮现一道门。
Forgive me, the headmaster stopped me and I... Merlin's beard. I see you've wasted no time. Well done. Shall we?
After you, Professor. What is this place?
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by accident. If ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke? He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Deke, Professor?
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you found it. There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away. Splendid. Now, cast Evanesco on those chairs. Excellent. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on.
教授，我不需要这招，我用炸的就可以炸掉那些椅子了。
太不干净了吧？
他说：“你怎么会那个？”
然后就被刘秀查看了。
Is that
快乐
？Goodness, my old school bag. I wondered where that had got to. Can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
Yes, Professor.
不见了。探索。
我在这里等你好几年了。或许你接到的论文作业篇幅比你预期的还要多出好几10公分。如果你还想试着见面，你再跟我说。景致 T。
谁啊 ？A 跟 T。
万一是居然觉得我需要洗澡，我有点受到冒犯，真是厚颜无耻的家伙。
谁呀？迪克吗？浴缸
好好笑哦！哇塞，
好多灯笼。
海灯节，
笑死海灯节，过了啦。
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here?
在掉垃圾
他在吃那个家庭小精灵。
Yikes! Careful, huh?
迪克。
Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you. Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did.
这里有马桶跟浴缸，你随时可以来上厕所跟洗澡。
The room of requirement will always be equipped to the seeker's needs. It's unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident, if ever. Deek's seen students in need of an extra file for potions stumble upon the room filled with them. You seem to have accessed it in its form as the Room of Hidden Things.
I was thinking about needing a place away from prying eyes. Brilliant.
Oh, that explains it then.
What I need specifically is a place where I can catch up on my schoolwork without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
You've given yourself quite a canvas to work with. I look forward to seeing what you do with the space. Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed.
I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
It will. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Now, I'll give you a brief lesson in conjuring. The room might not provide everything you need on its own.
Conjuring?
Yes, the magic of creating or conjuring objects. I'll teach you. Very good. When conjuring more complex objects, you'll need what's called a spellcraft. Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
I did. Where can I find the resources I need?
While resources such as moonstone can be obtained throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier to purchase them. They can also be collected by vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
You can indeed. Quite perceptive. Why don't you give it a try? Go ahead and conjure the potion station and potting table. You should find both familiar, since they'll resemble the ones you've already used to study magical plants and brew potions in class. Well done. Okay. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds.
我就不能直接变换出魔药吗？
Dick will be here to answer any questions you may have. Do not underestimate his insights.
哦，迪克会教你。
Can you tell me a bit more about Deke?
哦，我也想要一只迪克这样。
Longer than I have, and seems to know its every nook, cranny, and secret. We discovered this room together when I was a student. Deke has had a good deal of experience, both here at Hogwarts and at a previous post. I shall let Deke tell you more when he's ready. But again, you would be wise to listen to any suggestions he may have.
Can I use this type of transfiguration magic outside of the room?
Conjuring and vanishing are strictly forbidden elsewhere in the castle. We've charms in place to enforce that. It would be exhausting to reverse the errors in both judgment and magic.
他不允许你把教授跟同学背不见。
The room of requirement has its own rules.
I will be sure to speak with Deke if I need anything. Thank you.
Good luck. I shall linger a bit longer in case you'd like to learn another transfiguration spell for use in the room.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the Room of Requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
哦，你有超多的啊！你会在路边等。
Come and see me as soon as you can. I've returned from a rather unproductive trip to the Ministry, hoping your time has been more fruitful than mine.
I have the moonstone you
费格
requested,
教授，先
Professor.
等一下，我们先学一学。
对，
Then we may begin your lesson.
等我一
不
下，
然还要
You
跑
can
回来
conjure。more than potions and herbology
我会忘记
tables.
在哪里。
Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor?
I would like to teach you Wingardium Leviosa. It can be used to levitate
变
objects for a
换
short
墙
time.
壁装饰物5
Once you've
次的，
completed a few
还有地板装饰物5
prerequisite
次。哎，那个猫头鹰会
tasks,
动
see？ me after class.
你的猫头鹰吗？
啊，好可爱哦！
然后没办法用。
It warms my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare
变
I
变看。
say. Blossom,
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow you to customize any conjured item. You can change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell. Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering spell to customize it.
Yeah. Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
冷色系的月光环境。
I would like the room to feel as if it's being lit by the moon.
Sounds perfect.
哇，你看不到书了呢。
我桌子摆歪，我的桌子摆歪了。
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me.
哎，你的书跑了。
是我的书飞走了。
你看那边的桌椅，多适合打七圣召唤。
Bigger space.
更大的空
How
间
did。that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting. If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. I received a flurry of messages from Professor Black's house elf, Scrope.
Scrope sent you messages?
Yes. I thought it was odd too. He asked me to meet him and then told me to take the toast.
Why would you want to take toast?
To a cave under the lake. That's where I found Richard Jackdaw's ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book.
老师，你有没有觉得我变中二了？
教授终于要做事了。
教授终于回来了。
我想说他又要被叫走，然后留你一个人开始探索，下次再跟他报告。
Professor Rackham, I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves. To think it was beneath us all this time.
从外面又查回学校。
This looks promising. Map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent.
教授看得津津有味。
是。
If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the map chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the portkey, and of trials you'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until perhaps now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces. traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig? I do. Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
有吗？那是什么塔？
看起来很陌生，我不知道，看起来很陌生。
I don't think I have. Perhaps your young friend is not as well traveled as you think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead
不是，
to
你
make
跟我说
sure
在
it
哪
is
里呀，导师
Join me as soon as you
这个
can.
雷包。
You said that you know that tower. What can you tell me about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've passed it dozens of times.
红米
It's
村
north
的
of
北部，
Hogsmeade.
早说嘛！
My recollection is that it seems abandoned. Clearly, however, the tower conceals more than meets the eye.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful.
你要去
And
找
do
零
not
钱
tell
跟装备了。
anyone where you're going.
Hello, Mr. Weeks, is it?
Albie Weeks at your service. Welcome to Spintwitches. Apologies if you came by before and weren't able to come in.
我感到
Shop's
很
been
抱歉，
closed
你之
since
前比较
trade
低
routes
的。
were disrupted.
谢喽。
Had to travel as far as London to meet with my supplier. And I've only just returned, thankfully with inventory. I presume you're in the market for a new broom?
可
Got
飞
a
可
few
以
rare
扫地的那
Yew weavers
种。
available. Ember Dash, Silver Arrows. Wind Wisps too. No matter what broom you choose, you'll be pleased. They're all exceptional, both in quality and performance.
You said disrupted trade routes caused you to close Spintwitches?
Terrible it's been. Trade routes reported as unusable. Evidently criminals are overtaking roads, threatening hamlets. I can fly safely almost anywhere. But you try flying with an inventory of brooms on your back. No easy feat. Right then, back to work. If a particular broom takes your fancy, just let me know.
买了买了。
Do you mind sharing more about your brooms?
I have a passion for them. Every detail of every model. Take Wind Wisps, well known for their quality ash handles. Yew weavers are rare because some fear flying them, likely to do with the yew wand's darker reputation. Then you have the Ember Dash, known for its handsome appearance. Working with brooms every day makes me practically giddy. It's one of many reasons I cherish running this shop.
Sounds quite the array of brooms. I'll have a look around. Thank you.
我是选一个最快的，
What are we
也要
looking
我
for
有
最
today?
炫炮的。
要我有钱啊！适合个性火爆者，
赞呢！
可以预
That
览。
item is of the highest
哦，
quality.
有火哎！
哦，
学院普通。
That item is of the highest quality.
哦，但是可以塞小包包。这什么？前面有灯。
对，有个小吊灯。
嗯。然后后面的毛有难看的。
That item is of the highest quality.
干于静呐，
舒适快速。
哪里舒适？哪里舒适？屁股还不是坐在那个椅上面？这个啦，赞啦，
You'll be thrilled
赞
with
啦，
that
还
broom.
有钱
I，promise you.
感动死了。
Nearly any broom will certainly be a step up from the practice brooms in Kagawa's
扫帚
class.
是有极
They
限
all
的，
have their limitations.
怎样要冲
You
哦？
seem to be a flyer
加
who
酒。
might be interested in, say, some
哎，真的嘞。
enhancements.
Go on.
Ha! Knew I was right about you. I think you'll be quite happy with the performance of any broom at lower altitudes. But you may notice that speed consistency tends to falter as you rise. I believe I can remedy this issue. I have some ideas for enchantments, upgrades, if you will, that will improve the performance of any broom you fly. What I need is someone to conduct a broom flight and report back to me so I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl. An ideal situation for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
How long have you had a passion for brooms?
Since the moment I saw my first Quidditch match. Seeing flyers manoeuvre the way they do. Oh, some people continue to have their doubts about me and my ideas. I hope that won't dissuade you from helping. I know I'm onto something.
Why do you need me to report to you on this broom flight?
I did try to get Imelda to help, but she has some flying habits and quirks that made her difficult to collaborate with. I need a flyer with no bad habits and the knack for flying. Your classmate Everett said you're a natural on a broom. He's forever in here studying the newest models, almost as passionate about brooms as I am. If your rumoured talent for flying can help you beat Imelda's times, then having you assess the broom will be invaluable.
Sounds as if you took Kagawa's class.
I did, but my focus on the technical elements of brooms rather than the art of flying drove her mad. She thinks it fitting I run spin witches now. I don't reckon either of us ever pictured me batting away bludgers for the Cannons or Puddlemere United. And I find a certain satisfaction in winning over the naysayers who think I may be too young to run this shop. With your help, I can continue proving myself the most knowledgeable purveyor of wizarding sporting goods around.
That sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If I'm right, the new upgrade ought to enhance brooms in every regard. And I can give you a special price. The time trial should be a bit of fun too. Go to the Quidditch pitch and Imelda Reyes will sort you out.
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we upgrade past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our...
Potato!
对哦，够灭幻了吧？
笑死！然后教授自己不放烟跑。
什么时候放灭幻？
教授还在听吗？哎呦，
早说啦！
为什么不先放过去啊？
实话。
教授要杀人哦！
教授很记得哦。
Stay hidden and cast
整整10万，谁会？
我没有这个吧？
教授我们没有，怎么办？教授。这个要直接冲进去也行啦。好啊，可以，教授可以。
不然能怎么办呢？我不会啊，我只能炸他。
我不是那个流派的。
搜索高塔跟周围区域，寻找跟名词有关的任何东西。你在这里找到的东西可能成为关键，帮助妖精在这个世界获得应有的地位。兰洛克。
Looks like we found the entrance.
It's locked.
锁住了，哦，开了。
老师打开了。
An unlocking charm.
我们还没学开锁哎。
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
不是，你现在可以教我。啊，现在不行，现在很赶时间。调查。
Someone was an avid reader. Can't say I'm familiar with many of these titles.
I imagine these brooms have been enchanted for centuries. Never seen an enchantment last this long.
Welcome to Sanbakar's Tower.
Hello.
Hello, Professor. Did you say Sambakar's Tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor. We encountered goblins outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Commanded to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more. As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber.
不是信任你，他就是
咻就走了。
对，找到
A
入
reservoir
口
of。ancient magic, downstairs near the entry. I've seen this before, in Gringotts and the restricted section. Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides.
我们两端。
What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different.
云。
哦，然后我就可以把它拉过来。
I need to see how the room changes when I move in and out of the archway.
你现在长得像魔术师。
然后我再穿过去。
加油，刘谦。
So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
哦，对面还有一个冲在一起耶，撒回来。
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago. But the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take.
他要走歪路了。
难道他要成为下一代黑魔王了吗
Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
很多东西
要跟你们分享。
大屠杀。
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here.
储思盆制品呢
？Crystallized stone.
你可以在小屋放储思盆。
That must be the way back to the map chip.
啊，感觉今天差不多了。
你不行哦。
觉得今天摄取量够了。
什么够了？
今天霍格华兹摄取量够了。
撒回啦，才3点，看你啊。
3点了耶！
哇，你原神摄取一整天都没差。
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir, and this is Professor Fig.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone completed the first trial?
I have, Professor Rookwood. We saw you in the Pensive in Gringotts with Professor Rackham.
Indeed. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that Pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last Pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe. You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of San Bakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then...
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
that there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance, if any. For now, tell me what you saw in the Pensive.
Before the witch from the last Pensive, Isadora, became a Hogwarts professor, she argued with Professor Rackham about using magic to remove pain.
Hopefully the next Pensive provides more context. For now, we should learn what Ranrock knows. I will be honest, I've no idea where to start.
Actually, I might know of someone. I saw Serona at the Three Broomsticks speaking to a goblin once. They seemed friendly.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find out. Of course, don't forget...
My studies. Yes, sir.
Before you go...
这个好漂亮。
看你要停在哪边。
Professor,
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path?
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Thank you, sir. I will look out for them.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe.
Oh! Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue.
好胖球，
好可爱哦。
You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience.
啊，先这样。
撸他。你会从他魔杖打他？
哪有
？That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better.
好可爱哦。
翻肚还是被翻过去爬不起来。
Would you mind giving him some beast feed?
喂食。他吃什么？饲料块哦。
对啊。
哦。干干。
What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition and cleanliness.
Good work, everyone.
听起来很不错的特质。
Let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
看一颗毛球，现在你又有新的猫，
太棒了吧！
你都已经撸3只了。
好胖，好圆，好可爱。
Oh, couple of Neasel whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeycheeks. Stupid thing.
干嘛？你要拔人家毛毛，不可以。
坏耶。
Tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
老师他在闹。
Her name is Persephone.
That's really not funny.
屁孩，
超屁，
会魔法的屁孩。
Let's go.
为什么我们史莱哲林有这种败类？
不管哪个学院，应该都是同学院的败类了。
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help.
咬他们啊
Let's carry on. Feed and brush the Neasels just as you did with Gerald.
啊，吱吱。
鼠尾猫。
它在吱吱，好可爱。
The Neasels really took to you. They
不
know
就
a
是
good
有
egg
狮
when
尾
they
的
see
猫
one.
吗？而且很胖。
对啊，好可爱哦。
It appears our time has come to an end. please close the pens and see yourselves
骑
out.
兽会帮助战斗吗？
Where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
收集骑
Hello,
兽。
Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
太棒了！
除了同学之外都很好。
I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
被我抢先了吧？
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
但重点是浪费
be
资
brought to
源。
justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other 5th years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Do you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet in the forest.
You've intrigued me.
独角兽。
Very well. Lead the way.
I'd hoped I would. I wouldn't take just anyone.
胖胖球后
In
代。
fact, you're the first.
Really?
后代。
Well, thank you.
不要偷撸人家棒棒球。
好可
As
爱
I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise.
啊，好可爱。喂你吃饭。
嗯，
好可爱哦！迷踪鸟，
闪现鸟，
刷刷，
猪头。
刷刷。
哦，从头撸下去。
啊，好可爱哦
Stand back.
啊，是鹰嘛？
帅。
啊
Please meet Highwing.
好可爱。
Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her.
好棒。
But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them.
尊重的态度，向他下跪，
要跟他敬礼。
不是匍匐前进，舔他的脚。你就像奈良鹿一样。哦，互相
他回
敬礼。
敬了。
哦，好像在邀我。快点跟他跳一曲吧。
I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody.
抬起一边。哦，好想骑它哦。
对啊，好可爱。
哦，然后去玩了。
So, what did you think of Highwing?
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howin mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
That does seem
strange.
Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on. What they're doing.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Staff is so intimidating.
How are your assignments coming along?
I completed your assignments, Professor.
Good. You should be ready to learn Depulso. Let's see what you can do. Concentrate. Do not let your mind wander.
让我看看你怎么拉。
You've got it now. If you'd like to practice, and I think you should, perhaps best not to go flinging your classmates about the halls. Well done. I'm glad to see that you seem staunchly determined to master your spellcasting.
敌人和物体推理施法者。
Still at it, I see. Well, repetition can be an excellent teacher.
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Professor Sharp.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise. Fewer explosions.
What the fuck?
Complete the tasks I've given you, and then meet me in my classroom to learn Defindo, the severing charm. It's typically used to cut an object, but can be a powerful weapon when needed.
Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again, my young friend. Gladwin Moon, Hogwarts caretaker, at your service.
是我们在校外遇到那位管理员。最近。
unsteady when we last met. I'm afraid I had a rather disconcerting encounter. Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more eventful than mine.
他说：“哦，还好我喝醉没过
You
去。
could call it eventful.
笑死。
I certainly wasn't expecting a troll attack.
Oh, of course not. And from what I understand, the village was lucky you were there. In fact, my recent visit to Hogsmeade is the reason I was hoping to bump into you. I could use your help with something. Do you see that curious statue over there? Watch what happens when that light changes from day to night.
这要晚上才有反应。
if you wouldn't mind humoring me for a moment,
清除掉上面的月亮。 整个拿走。
It seems the statue vanishes once the moon is removed, which, incidentally, can only be done at night. Why don't you hold on to that one for now, and I'll explain more as we walk. Ever since that fateful day in the village, those curious statues have begun appearing about the castle. A fair number have been strewn around Hogsmeade. Someone, it seems, is trying to turn it. You see, that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came face to face with a boggart, or shapeshifter, if you will, which takes the form of whatever scares you most. This one took the form of a demiguise.
A demiguise?
Yes! Terrible.
Rebellion.
Wholly unnerving. I encountered one.
蜂蜜公爵通道，这个秘密通道从霍格华兹一路连通到蜂蜜公爵地窖。通道入口隐藏在某个单眼女巫雕像的后方，使用某种魔咒即可进入。
Terrible experience. Those statues are demiguises. The moons, I assume, are an uninspired play on my name. Some jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest fear and use it against me. I have my suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear.
不就是雕像收集任务
I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me?
A couple of reasons, frankly. First, your daring do against those trolls in Hogsmeade has gained you a reputation for fearlessness. Second, as macabre and hideous as a demiguise is, most would find my fear of them unwarranted. You, however, have seen how they affect me. I'm at my wit's end, young friend. I simply can't bring myself to go near them. In fact, I know of two statues right here in the faculty tower. Perhaps you could start simply by removing them, so I can go about my evening.
还好不是76个雕像。
Why would I do this?
对哦。
Seems all risk and no reward.
Oh, rest assured, there's very little risk, and there is in fact
为了咒语
a reward. I will teach you a particularly useful spell. First, you know how to cast a disillusionment charm, correct? You'll want to do that before wandering the tower at night. Next, you'll notice that the door is locked. However will you get in? Alahomora, that's how.
But what about curfew?
Curfew? Ah, tosh! I sense you're a bit like me when I was your age. Oh, the school was my oyster. And I took advantage of it. Oh, everyone loved me for it. Oh, those were the days. Now, you'll find one statue in the prefect's bathroom and the other in the hospital wing.
级长的浴室跟校医院。哦，他要先教哎，那可以学了不鸟他。
Alahomora.
动
什么意思？
使用 L 和 R 来移动星火，并旋转刻度盘，直到两个相应的装置均被启动，以解除锁定。好吧，啊，拼起来吗？ 啥回？相应装置均被启动，左上跟右下的吗？我就是看到各种红点跟绿点而已。这样有 右下绿色那是左，红色送去哪？红色送去左上吗？他在转，我不知道。好，的确，使用灭幻可以避免被其他人发现。又在禁区，你们学校有哪些地方可以去的？我在前行，加油！哦，线行。显示他们的位置，摄像仪啊。
工作人员提醒事项：霍格华兹家庭小精灵把城堡打点得井然有序，表现得很好。他们大多数时候都有做好准备，能够应付从早到晚可能遇到的这各种大小事。不过几天前，有人偷藏在软垫后面的巫师爆竹突然被点燃。现场制造出来的噪音很糟糕，有个可怜的小精灵被蓝色烟雾吞没，附近的其他人则是严重耳鸣一整天。我认为始作俑者是皮皮鬼，请多加留意，多加小心。副校长。
哦
，OK。
使用 LTNRT 来引诱毫无戒心的敌人。不要骗他，走开，离那边远一点的。偷开锁啊，开不了锁，总是开不了锁，让他知道。慢慢存钱。
在哪里啊？
他只是，一个在上面，一个在下面。两个人。
We're raising a generation of coddle cake batters that can scarcely tell the difference between aconite and asphodel.
Yes, well, it's still early. Perhaps they'll improve.
You say that every year.
Oh, 那边有一个可以开，哇靠，有人。小心。
This must be the prefect's bathroom.
机长的浴室。
Hello, Hamora.
偷看机长洗澡的时候到了。放水。
One of those goblins comes near me, I'll hand him his hat. Or helm, I suppose. Anyway, I'm not afraid of goblin rebellion. My marksman Professor Hecat's class.
拿到了。
Right. Why don't you leave goblins alone, troll? How dare you speak to a prefect?
旁边有箱子，旁边有箱子，先不要出去，旁边有箱子。
50 house points.
Hello, Hamora.
我靠，更多人哦！要不要这么热闹？
Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though. Well, I suppose I should begin my rounds now.
I suppose Professor Black knows best, but...
刚刚有书页在天上飞，
我怕他们会发现。
那还是不要好了。
Ravenclaw? I know.
哦，
Hello, Mr. Moon. I have the moons you asked me to collect.
Oh, goodness! You're as fearless as I'd hoped. An excellent start. If we can collect more, it may shed some light on who's behind all this. Of course, I first suspected Peeves. He drove the previous caretaker, Rancorous Carp, to an early retirement with his intolerable buffoonery. But that does not explain the boggart in Hogsmeade, does it? No. I am determined, with your help, to discover the identity of my tormentor.
It's definitely intriguing. I'd like to help you solve this mystery.
You, my friend, are a gentle person and a scholar, and I have something to offer in exchange for your assistance. Now, remember, the moons are only retrievable at night. Thus, I encourage you to use a disillusionment when necessary.
我建议你别管宵禁了。
How many statues are there to find?
I don't know precisely, but I've spotted dozens.
数十
Seems
个
they're everywhere I look.
大概70个
You
吧
have。your work cut out for you.
太多了。
If you were to ever unravel their meaning.
You mentioned offering something in exchange for my assistance.
I did. Once you've brought me enough moons, I'll show you even
要
more
靠他
powerful
孙子。
forms of Alahamora. Not every lock is as easy to pick as the faculty towers.
Understood.
可恶
I
哎，
shall
跟
keep
梅
an eye
林
out.
一样逼我
I
们做
appreciate
啊。
that.
太过分了。
Oh, and I knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve this mystery.
Hello, Miss Ryan. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Rookwood and Harlow the day of the troll attack.
Sirona, please. And I was happy to help. Oh, those two are nothing but trouble. Glad you and your friend were here when they found you.
I am too. You were speaking to a goblin here that day.
Yes, Lodgok. He's a friend.
你怎么能信任妖精？
Terms with him.
I've known him for years. We met when I was waiting tables here as a student, well before I bought the place. He was cordial enough, but we weren't friends then. His mistrust of wizard kind ran deep.
But you're friends now.
We are. Hadn't seen him in years when he came in a few months ago. But he recognized me instantly, which is more than I can say for some of my own classmates. Took them a second to realize I was actually a witch, not a wizard. Not all goblins are like Ranrock and his loyalists. Lodgok is as worried as the rest of us about what's been going on.
In that case, I'd like to talk with him about Ranrock in particular. Where might I find him?
I assume your interest is to do with the rumors I've heard about Ranrock working with our friend Rookwood.
It is.
If he's not here, you might find him doing business at the Hog's Head. He's a trusted metal trader. You should mention that we spoke. He can, understandably, be wary of witches and wizards, even ones as young as you. That said, if you're looking for information on Ranrock to help rein him in, you'll find an ally in Lodgok.
Have you heard what Ranrock and Rookwood are working on together?
Not much more than the fact that they seem to have some sort of uneasy alliance.
这么脆弱。
Friendship between wizards and goblins is rare enough, but between those two, they each want something the other has. I can guarantee it. That said, I fear they're like a two-headed serpent. Both will need to be taken down to stop whatever scheme they've been plotting.
You seemed unfazed by Rookwood and Harlow the other day. They don't scare you.
They're bullies. Plain and simple. Never tolerated them in my own life, and certainly won't tolerate them going after my friends.
意气相
Don't
挺。
misunderstand me. They're dangerous wizards and shouldn't be trifled with. They should, however, be confronted and reminded, whenever possible, that the rest of us have each other's backs.
Thank you, Sirona.
If you find Lodgok, please give him my best. I don't know what you've done to make such powerful enemies, but
乌尔
please
特科特的头盔
watch。your back.
Pardon me, but were you saying something?
Oh, hello. Talking to myself. I'm Clementine, Willardsey, charmed. I was musing on the precious butterflies I see near the edge of the forest. Whenever I come near, they fly off into it. When I was at Hogwarts, we truly were forbidden from entering the forest. told horrible stories about it, and I've had an irrationally intense fear of it ever since. It's silly, but I'm insatiably curious as to where the butterflies go in the forest.
没问题啦，我们都带鹅回家了。
You want me to follow the butterflies?
I do, yes. If you wouldn't mind.
他明明自己不是学生，他自己不
What are
去
the，
在
horrible
那边
stories
闹
you were。told about the Forbidden Forest?
Oh goodness, everything from students being mysteriously
谢喽
beheaded，
有人被
to
断头，
terrifying
然后还有
spider
蜘蛛
dens.
巢穴，然后叫我去。
Trust me, you
谢
hear
喽，
that at 11 years old. It sticks with
Okay.
you.
他想害死你吧？
Very well. If I have time, I shall see where they lead.
Oh, how kind. Students these days have so much more courage than I ever did. You can usually find me right around here. I hope to see you soon.
跟
Don't
随
forget,
徒弟
the butterflies always seem to be on the fringes of the Forbidden Forest. Good luck.
Hello, Miss Willardsey.
Well, what happened? Did you find them?
They led me into the forest and revealed a treasure.
Oh, how lovely. I'm glad you were rewarded for your efforts. Perhaps one day I'll be able to bring myself to go into the forest. For now, I'm happy simply knowing there's something so lovely to see, should I dare.
Hello, Lord Gok. Sorona said I might find you here.
She did she? Did she send you with news?
No, actually, I wanted to speak with you. It's about Ranrock.
Now I remember. The 3 broomsticks. Day of the troll attack. You're the student he's after.
I am, and I need to know what he and his loyalists are up to so I can stay a step ahead.
Let's say I did know. Why should I trust you?
Sorona trusts me, and she thought our interests may be aligned.
Well, if Sorona trusts you, very well. I may know of something that could help us both. A way to get Ranrock to confide his plans to me.
I'm listening.
Years ago, a heinous witch stole a sacred goblin relic. Rumor has it that it now rests in her sarcophagus, in a tomb accessible only by wizard kind. Ranrock and I had a falling out a while back. The relic could well repair the chasm between us.
Very well. I'll retrieve the relic if you promise to share Ranrock's plans with me.
We will have to trust each other. I, that you will not abscond with the relic, and you, that I'll share what I learn. Gather whatever supplies you may need, and meet me near the witch's tomb. Toulouse.
What precisely is the relic I'm to retrieve?
A valuable heirloom known as the Helmet of Urtgott. The witch considered herself a collector and purchased the helmet as a trinket. She cared not what pain she caused the goblins. Goblins believe that the rightful owner of any object is its maker, not its purchaser.
Wizard kind see things differently. It's a wonder goblins and wizards have ever been able to work together.
The differences between our kinds are myriad.
They seem to be.
It may surprise you to know that I do not believe those differences always to be insurmountable. It is the reason I find myself traveling with you to this tomb today. Ah, and there it is. The witch's tomb.
Dreadful looking place, isn't it?
I wish you luck retrieving the helmet. As a wand carrier, you should have an advantage. Now, before you set off, do you have any questions?
What about this helmet makes it so special?
The Helmet of Urtgott is an ancient and storied relic, forged during a time of unity among the goblin clans. It inspired greatness, that is, until it was no longer ours. Then it became something else. A symbol of what has been lost, of all that wizard kind has taken from us. Reclaiming it would mean a great deal to goblin kind, and to Ranrock. He would be grateful to me should I return it.
It seems Ranrock and Rookwood are conspiring. Why would that be?
I had heard this. When the dark-hearted conspire, they seldom make their full intentions clear to one another. I can only speculate, but I imagine their alliance is uneasy and quite fragile. Let us hope that ours is less so.
Don't suppose you have any idea what could be waiting for me inside the tomb?
Considering a Dark Witch was involved, I suppose there's a chance you may encounter the Dark Protectors, known as Inferi. The foul creatures thrive on darkness and the cold. Vanquish them with light, force, and most effectively fire.
It all seems clear to me now that we're here.
I do hope our alliance proves fruitful. Again, I wish you luck.
Revelio. It's sealed. Moths. Curious. Lumos. This can't be the witch's tomb. Likely I need to go further. Lumos. I have a feeling I'm not alone here. Lumos. If I could power it somehow, it looks like it could be rotated. Lumos. Lumos. What's that hanging there? Looks precarious. It's sealed shut from the other side.
其实炖饭 ASM 吵死大家。
这里有东西吗？好。
速速拳。
Lumos. Making this spin ought to raise that platform. That must be it. Lumos.
Hello， 我没有在上面嘞。Hello。
Lumos. witch's final resting place. Lodgok said the helmet was in her sarcophagus. A dead Ashwinder. Better show this to Lodgok.
这里有一些巴黎。
There must be some
我
sort
最
of
好拿去
mechanism
给
for
他
this
看
way.，
他就整句扛起来拿去给他看。
不是这样子吧？
Lodgok, the sarcophagus had been raided. I found no helmet, only a dead Ashwinder.
Damn! They got here first. We need to get it before Rookwood uses it to further ingratiate himself to Ranrock. I saw one of their campsites not far from here, but I fear you must go in alone. My fighting days are behind me.
An entire camp of Rookwood's thieves. I might need assistance.
Unfortunately, we have no time. Get to that helmet before Rookwood does, or we will lose our chance at any leverage, no matter how small, with Ranrock.
There they are.
Wow.
The Ashwinders.
That's it.
This is for Rookwood! I'll watch the light go out of your eye.
I retrieved the helmet from the Ashwinders.
Well done. This is sure to impress Ranrock. The helmet shines even more brightly than I imagined. The etchings, the contour of the profile, remarkable.
It looks stunning, Lodgok. I see why you wanted it back.
You did the thieves a service by recovering it. I know many a goblin who would have killed for it.
Ah, then I'm glad to be rid of it myself.
Thank you. This should earn Ranrock's trust. I will take it to him immediately. It may distract him from his search.
His search?
It is merely an inkling. You have impressed me greatly, friend. I am glad that I trusted you.
Hello, friend. I wonder if you might stop by the three
还要去
ballistics
射
when
气
you
球
can. I'd like your help with something.
As I mentioned, my sister Anne misses Hogwarts, and she hasn't been herself lately. I'd like to take you up on your promise to visit her with me. I'm heading to Feldcroft soon, so I look forward to seeing you there. It's just south of Hogwarts. By the way, hope you're faring well with the blasting curse. It's still one of my favorites.
Now that you've attended Beasts class, I've asked Deke to assist you in using the room to further your studies in that regard. Please meet him there when you can.
I've not heard from my Uncle Roland in quite some time. I've been beside myself with worry. Could you meet me in the courtyard?
Madam Kagawa, I completed the list of tasks you assigned.
Wonderful. I trust you became more familiar with your broom through the process?
Yes, Professor.
That's good to hear. Keep it up, and perhaps one day you'll have a spot on the Quidditch team. If Black ever permits Quidditch again. Well, with those tasks out of the way, let us get started. Glacius. Pay attention to your wand work.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I've heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying
看鸟吧，
something,
魔法部
knowing
不
me and
干事，
ominous.
然后叔叔也
I'm
不干事
hoping a，
交给小
surprise
孩做。
visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way. Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you? Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy. Shrivel figs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't
干嘛把人家变不见？
There is no cure. When will you accept that?
Never. I can never.
是不是跟他们一伙？
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met on my first day at Hogwarts, in the Slytherin common room.
Oh, the common room. I adored teasing first years about spotting mermaids through the window. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
你们怎么这么肯定？
对啊。
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
教练，这条线比那个兰洛克那条还神秘啊！
工具组不是你的，不要碰我的东西。
为什么？为什么他们联合起来在对付他啊？
亲爱的安妮，没有你，霍格华兹生活变了调。夏普还是一样讨人厌，但你懂我的意思。希望你感觉舒服一点了。
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers and Simungos.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the loyalists' way.
我需要知道这条线。
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Oh.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
一个又在考古哦。那洛克休息一下吧。
On that plateau is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Only good wizard is a dead wizard in my book.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelt smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone would be hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at billywhigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything. I've heard goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
Whose home was this? Bit abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard. Revelio.
我还以为他是问那个烤箱谁住在那里。
吓死！
可能是小火花吧。
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
他们那么矮，需要拿那么大只。
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
你看过？
When?
Give me a moment.
怎么有你的
I'll
锅？
explain in a second. Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a portkey. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, And this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Also.
Huh, a stairwell.
楼梯井.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
这是我在营地的第2个礼拜，每天都有更多人抵达现场。麻瓜医生甚至是我们巫师界的医者，都在尽全力帮助他们。悲伤的感觉很强烈，在瘟疫中幸存下来的人，这辈子都无法摆脱痛失亲友的阴霾。发烧终究会过去，皮肉伤会愈合留疤，但心中难以承受的痛苦不会消散。我看见某一名酷似我父亲的男子，对方失去了自己的孩子，我不忍再去多想，我希望能够替他带来一丝慰藉。我开始思考，其他人可能是错的，我有能力可以救助这些灵魂。无论是不去帮助他们，还是抹除他们的痛苦，似乎都很霸道。
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
我原本来这里是为了学习，但我总觉得，当我想要做点什么帮助人们，我内心苦苦挣扎，感觉就好像魔法想要治愈大家，而我却成了阻止这一切的元凶。我应该要放弃希望吗？如果不多做点什么，会这辈子都感到后悔吗？我没办法直视人们的眼睛，因为我知道我大可以减轻他们心中的痛苦。我今天看到那名男子离开营地，就是那位让我想起我父亲的男子。帮助他应该没什么关系的，对吧？当然，这能够进一步推展我的研究，但这只是我用这股力量做好事所伴随而来的结果。
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
你可以给他吗啡或蘑菇。
啊？啊？
对啊，对啊，撞倒了。
只是走过去。
原来如此。
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream?
白日梦。
That happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange, but
honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
当你们谈完的时候，已经被触手绑架了。
喂。
I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now.
还敢排挤奥米尼斯啊
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come.
没关系，当你们从奇怪的地方跑出来，遇到地穴里的奥米尼斯，他就又起瀑布了。
气瀑布。
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
更多的门。
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Huh?
What's that?
I don't know.
Anything helpful in the note?
给聪明人看。
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Is it connected to our common room?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Cian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.